Hi guys! I have been wanting to make everything I own videos for about a year now, but I always felt that I have too much stuff for it. But now I'm ready to finally do it, and I'm inspired by some minimalists or extreme minimalists who count their belongings. And I don't necessarily think that it's important to own a certain amount of items, but rather just to kind of keep myself accountable and more like a curiosity to see how much I personally own. I won't be counting the things that I share with my partner or things like bedding and towels and things like that. And I might group some things together because some of the items, they just don't make sense to count each of them separately. And yeah, I'm curious to know what the number is going to be. I'm guessing more or less 150, 200. Because I don't own many things, but I also know that every small item, they kind of add up to this number. So yeah, let's begin. So this is everything that I personally own. It's definitely more than I imagined that I have. It just looks like a lot of things. If I counted correctly, it should be around 123 items. But maybe I have something in the wash and maybe I have something somewhere else that I forgot about. The majority of them are clothes, and especially clothes for home, because I received them from my partner. If something does not fit him anymore, he usually gives them to me. I also go hiking sometimes several days in a row, which means I don't have time to wash clothes very often. I usually wash clothes around once a week, and I don't use a dryer, which means that sometimes clothes take a bit longer to dry, and I need to have enough for that reason. Here are my 3 jackets. On the left is my winter coat, then in the middle is my jacket that I wear most of the time, and on the right is the thinnest jacket that I wear during warmer months. And here are all my pants. On the left are my sweatpants that I received last month from my partner, and under the sweatpants there is a pair of ski pants that I don't wear a lot, but they are still necessary when it's really cold day. And then I have my 2 pairs of leggings, one for winter, one for autumn, 2 pairs of regular pants and 2 pairs of shorts. One of the shorts I actually decluttered back in the summer, but then I realized that I still need something for the mountains, and then I decided to keep them. And I'm also currently wearing a pair of black leggings. Here are all my fleeces, pullovers, hoodies, a dress and one button-up shirt. And it's definitely more than I need, but I wear most of them quite a lot, and I use them also for layering because I get cold really easily. And here are all my short sleeve tops and t-shirts. 4 of them are for sports and 2 of them are regular. This box actually doesn't belong to me, it came with the apartment, and here I keep my socks, bikini, underwear, period underwear, menstrual pads and t-shirts for sleeping and lounging. I definitely have more socks than I need, but I am planning to wear them out and not buy them again. I just bought them when they were on discount, since I only wear toe socks and they tend to be quite expensive. I have 4 pairs of shoes for wearing outside, although soon it might be a bit less because my newest pair that I bought only last year, my Vivo barefoot boots, are already falling apart, and it's quite disappointing when you think you're buying a good quality item, but it turns out to be not so good quality. And then I have a pair of slippers because the floors here can be really cold, and I also have flip-flops for the balcony. Here are all my accessories. I actually decluttered the hat on the upper left corner back in the summer, but then I realized that I need something for the seaside because the other one I use for hiking only. And I might declutter the belt soon. It came with my dress, but I don't think I will use it. And I noticed that it's also starting to fall apart. And here are all my tech items, plus of course my phone, which I use for filming. I have an instant mini camera that I have had around 10 years now. I would like to declutter it, but I think my partner still wants to keep it for now. Then I have a microphone for YouTube and wireless headphones and ID card reader, which I need because I live abroad and I need it for applying for new ID card or passport or for voting. And here I have 2 folders for my personal documents. Again, I have 2 because one is for residency paper stuff and the other one is for certificates and some pictures and things like that. And here are my food and water thermos. And I also have this Disney glass, which I have had for around 20 years now. I won't be including any other dishes because those I share with my partner. Now let's move on to hobby items. I have a helmet for hiking and crampons for winter hiking. I rarely use these items, but they are kind of safety items, so it's necessary to have them. And I also have walking sticks, but I keep them in the car. And here are all my workout items. I do yoga and Pilates at home and I never go to the gym, so I like to have these things at home. And in the bag I have several resistance bands. I also have ankle weights and TheraBand for my shoulders. And of course it's not necessary to have all these items, but I like to have them. And I have these 3 crystals. We do have a lot more of them at home, but I consider those either my partner's or our shared belongings. And the last category of items are my personal care items. Some of them I am just simply using up and not purchasing again. For example, my scalp serum and a peat face mask that my partner originally bought for himself, but I think he didn't like to use it so much, so I think it's now kind of my item. And I said that I won't be showing the items that I share with my partner, but I realized now that actually we share the deodorant, tooth floss and sometimes also the toothpaste. And one more time, here is everything that I own. 130 items, unless I forgot again something. It was certainly interesting to see how much stuff I have altogether, but also a bit overwhelming to take them all out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching and see you next time. Bye!